Why do some objects stay on top of water while others go down? Kavya has a question, a safe science table, and a notebook ready for careful observations. This is Kavya's story. During science hour, Kavya noticed a bowl of water on the classroom table. Beside it were a dry leaf, a smooth small stone, and a wooden craft stick. Ms. Anand had chosen simple, safe objects for the class to explore. Today, said Ms. Anand, we are not trying to guess perfectly. We are going to make a prediction, observe carefully, and change our thinking when the evidence gives us a new clue. Kavya liked that idea. It meant an answer could begin as a thoughtful guess and become clearer after an observation. On the table were two picture cards. One card showed an arrow near the top of water. The other showed an arrow near the bottom. The class called them float and sink cards. Kavya picked up the leaf first. I predict the leaf will float, she said. It is light, and I have seen leaves resting on puddles. Ms. Anand nodded. That is a prediction. Let us observe. Kavya placed the leaf gently on the water. She did not splash, push, or throw it. Everyone leaned in from a safe distance. The leaf rested on top of the water and moved slowly when the surface wiggled. It floats, said Kavya. She drew a small leaf picture in her notebook and placed a dot beside the float card. Next, she looked at the stone. I predict the stone will sink, she said. It feels solid and heavier than the leaf. Again, she placed it gently into the bowl. The stone traveled down and rested at the bottom. It sank, Kavya said. She drew a small stone picture and placed it beside the sink card. Then came the wooden craft stick. Kavya paused. This one is long, but it does not feel very heavy, she said. I predict it will float. She set the stick on the water. It stayed at the top. My prediction matched, Kavya said. Her friend Rune watched closely. So anything small floats, and anything big sinks? He asked. Kavya did not want to answer too quickly. She looked at the three objects. The leaf was small. The stone was small too. Yet the leaf floated and the stone sank. Our three objects do not show that small things always float, she said. The small stone sank. Ms. Anand smiled. That is careful science thinking. We describe what we observed. We do not make a bigger rule than our evidence can support. Kavya wrote in her notebook, leaf on top, stone at bottom, stick on top. She used pictures and arrows. Her notebook was not a test with one fast answer. It was a record of what she had seen. Ms. Anand brought a few more safe classroom objects, a dry cork, a metal paper clip in a small tray, and a plastic bottle cap. The class made predictions before each gentle test. Kavya predicted the cork would float. It did. She predicted the paper clip would sink. It did. She was unsure about the bottle cap. I think it may float, but I want to observe, she said. The cap floated, tilted slightly, and then rested on the surface. Kavya added the new observations to her notebook. She made two neat groups, objects that had floated in today's bowl and objects that had sunk in today's bowl. She did not say that she had learned every rule about water. She had learned something more useful, how to ask, predict, test gently, and observe. At the end of class, Ms. Anand asked, what can we do when a prediction does not match an observation? Arun said, we can change our card. Kavya added, and we can say, now I know something new. The next step was to share their observations. Kavya stood beside the science table with two classmates. She held up her notebook, not to show off, but to explain the evidence. The leaf and craft stick floated in our bowl, she said. The stone and paper clip sank. We made predictions first. Then we watched carefully. Her classmate asked, were you wrong about anything? I was unsure about the cap, Kavya replied. It was fine to be unsure. Observing helped me learn. That afternoon, Kavya told her family about the experiment. Her younger cousin wanted to try it with toys. Kavya remembered the classroom safety rules. We only test with a grown-up, she said. We use a small bowl, safe objects, and we keep water away from electronics. Her family agreed that classroom experiments belong with close supervision and simple materials. Kavya's notebook stayed open on her desk. On the page were little drawings, arrows, and careful observations. She liked seeing how her question had become evidence. The lesson is simple: in science, make a prediction, test gently, observe carefully, and let what you see help you learn. Caregivers can invite children to describe what they notice in a safe, supervised everyday observation, without needing to rush toward a perfect answer.